Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Sunday, November 26th. Back to work tomorrow for all of you who had a long weekend. Sorry about that. But today, don't worry, we've still got a show. We're still here for you. We're still talking and taking your financial questions, trying to help you make better choices as you look at everything that is in front of you. It can be retirement, it can be education, it could be buying a home, it could be selling a home. We kind of don't care. But when you have some sort of financial issue that crops up, we encourage you to go to our website, jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button, and of course, let us know if you would be willing to come on the air with us. Today, we are going to talk to Tom, who's on the line from South Carolina.
I'm 63 this month, actually, and I'm planning on retiring at the end of this year, and I'll have about a year and a half before moving on to Medicare. And I just wanted to kind of go over the high-level numbers with you and see if you felt like we were in good enough shape to kind of take that plunge.
Okay, sure. So give us the breakdown of what's going on. So you're still working right now,
Yep.
And how much do you earn, Tom?
170.
And are you using a retirement account?
Yep, we are fully loading up our 401k this year.
Great. We indicates a partner. Tell me about partner.
My wife of 42 years, so she is not working any longer. She is a registered nurse, but she retired a few years ago.
Is she entitled to any pension?
No, she doesn't have a pension. Most of the retirement funds are actually in with me. She has Roth dollars and an inherited IRA.
Okay. What do you think you really need to live on when it comes to your retirement?
Kind of look at this pretty closely. I think we need probably 110. And then I do expect that it kind of in these early years, we'll probably lean on that a little bit more for some additional dollars for things like travel, pay myself up front for what I think is going to be less activity later.
Okay, got it. And will you be entitled to any pension when you retire?
I have a pension of about $8,000 a year.
And I got so excited. Do you know why? Because I said $8,000 a month. I said to myself, as soon as you said $8,000 a year, I made that $8,000 a month, and I thought you're golden. All right, $8,000 a year is not exactly it. All right, tell me what your Social Security benefit will be at your full retirement age.
At full retirement, I think mine is around 3,000, and Pat's is around 14.
Okay, got it. Is there any other income besides what we'll talk about your portfolio in a second, but is there anything else coming in? Is there rental property or anything like that?
No, we don't have any of that kind of passive income.
Okay.
What we have done is try to create a bridge fund to get us from the time that I retire to 70, which is when we expect to take Social Security.
All right. And what are the age 70 Social Security numbers?
2,000 for my wife and a little over 4,000 for myself.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so now we're getting into it. Here we go. Cash on hand. What do you got?
270,000.
Is that part of the bridge?
That is part of the bridge.
Okay, got it. Any non-retirement investment accounts?
We have a multi-year guaranteed annuity, which is going to mature in, I think it's May just before I turn 65. And our plan was that will be about 470,000. That's part of the bridge. Mm-hmm. And that is, we expected to roll that into a 5-year period, certain SPIA, so that would carry through to age 70.
Everyone, Tom just totally showed off and used the term SPIA, which is a single premium immediate. There it is. I lost my eye. There you go. You bailed me out, bro. Okay. Single premium immediate annuity, which means you plunk a big chunk of money in, the insurance company takes it, turns on the spigot and says, okay, for 5 years, we'll pay you this. And all the money will be cashed out in that time. Okay. Is the idea that the cash is basically 63 to 65 and then the annuity is 65 to 70?
Yeah, basically, that's right. I expect that the cash will run a little bit longer and will help with paying taxes on Roth conversions that I expect to do over that period of time.
Okay. And so let's talk a little bit about the money. First, let's do your wife's money. So she's got an inherited IRA. Is that under the old rules or the new rules? Can she dribble that out, or does she have to do it within 10 years?
It's old rules.
Okay. And how much is left in that?
About 50K.
How much is in her Roth?
Her Roth is about 60K.
60. Okay. And that's it for wife money, right?
That's right.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the big chunk of money that you have accumulated. Tell me about that.
With Pat's included, just to make it simpler, we have about a little over 2.1, and I'm in a 50-50 split roughly. It's currently a little bit more on the stock side. So we have about 1.1 in stock and 1 in bonds and CDs.
And is most of this pre-tax money?
Yeah, there's about 225 that is in Roth or HSA. And that's why I want to do these Roth conversions, because I should be in a much lower tax bracket.
Right. So presuming you retire at the end of this year with your 2.1 million and this other money, then your total income is essentially just whatever you are either converting or whatever money is being generated from the cash portion. Is that right?
Yes.
There's no other hidden thing that I should be worried about, right?
There's no other hidden thing to
Okay. What's your goal on the conversion? Do you want to stay in the 12% tax bracket or the 22?
I wanted to stay in the 12, and I figured if I could do 600,000 over the next, 6.5 years, I would be able to do that.
I like that. I think that's a good game plan because you've got the money that's available. You'll convert. I'm just wondering, the annuity that you have accumulated, that is a non-qualified annuity, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so the money from the 5-year period certain means that from 65 to 70-ish, you will have income.
That's exactly right. And the taxes will be spread across that. So it'll be 20% of that annuity per year will be taxable.
Yeah, and so you won't be able to actually convert as much.
Exactly. So I figured I'd do a large amount next year when it's just pure cash. And then tone that down a little bit. And that's why it takes more years to get to the 600,000.
Yeah. And it's not like the worst thing in the world if not every single penny is actually converted. But I think this seems like a very good plan. I really do. For other people listening, I would never say use a chunk of money and pop it into an immediate annuity unless it was already coming from this annuity environment. Because essentially, I'd rather you have the control over that money and not have it tied up. But I see exactly what you're doing. So I think it works in your case. I really do. How are you getting health insurance from 63 to 65?
A big reason for waiting until then is that's that 18-month period when I can get COBRA. At least that's kind of a known amount. And then if I could get into ACA credits, and I really don't know what that'll be like for that 18-month period, perhaps that's a little bit less expensive. But at a minimum, I know I'll have COBRA.
How much is COBRA, do you know?
Well, with the high deductible plan, it was about $850 a month.
Yeah, that's easy. That's an easy deal. I mean, look, there's a way to finagle this because obviously there's a competing force. One is keep your income really low and then you can actually qualify for Affordable Health Care Act subsidies. But on the other hand, you want to convert money from the traditional to the Roth. So I lean towards do the COBRA. That's not a huge amount of money. I was going to say, it's funny when you first said I need $110,000 a year, I said to myself, an extra $10,000 till Medicare. So I think that's perfect. And especially if you like your coverage, if you know your doctors are all covered, unless you want to go through the whole rigmarole of changing for 18 months, I think that's a good deal. Tell me about your house. How much is it worth?
Worth about $430,000.
Is there a mortgage left?
No.
I didn't think so. I don't see any real, big hole in this. I don't think you're missing anything because of the way you've spoken about this and the way you've been so thoughtful about it. I presume all of your estate documents are done. Am I right?
You are right.
I sort of would think that you're an engineer, but I'm not sure. What business are you in?
Well, I've been in a couple of different industries, but I'm basically an IT person.
Yeah, of course you are. Is there anything else we can help you with, sir?
No, that's really it. And I very much appreciate both of you providing that insight for me. It makes me feel much, much better.
If you would like to join us on the air, all you have to do is go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, and Mark does everything else. Don't forget to sign up for the free weekly newsletter, to check out my book, The Great Money Reset, and of course, subscribe to the Jill on Money live webinar series. Don't forget, you also get cool bonus video content. You can subscribe to this show, The Jill on Money Show, on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. If you don't mind, please leave us a rating and review wherever you listen. And do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.